What's happening, everybody out there on YouTube? Bryson Michael RC here, and I'm just live because it's late, and I'm up, and I'm watching. I'm kind of binge watching different TV shows. It's weird because we're under the COVID-19 quarantine kind of thing, and so I'm binge watching weird shows like Lost. While I was watching, I was like, man, it's kind of weird because they have a whole thing about quarantine in it when they break into the hatch and all that different stuff and about a sickness. And then I was like, man, I've seen Strain a long time ago, but I kind of want to rewatch it just to rewatch it. And man, it's eerily similar what the government does in that and what they talk about compared to what's going on now. It's crazy. But it's a pretty good show. They're both. I mean, Lost is confusing. It was probably more confusing since I watched it twice. Probably shouldn't have watched Lost twice. But I was actually, I want to know what you guys are doing. I do. Um, so this has a question mark on the title, 3D printing while under the COVID-19 quarantine. And I don't know if anybody's going to be on tonight to get on live or not. But it's late, and I was kind of thinking of everybody out there on YouTube. And I was like, yeah, I haven't made a live video in a while. I really don't feel like editing or anything like that. So here I am, just going to go live for it and just do this whole production live rather than doing an editing thing. So make sure that if you get on, leave a comment in the live stream chat. Um, Hit that subscribe button. I really appreciate it. We're going up, going up, going up every day. So I appreciate everybody that hits that subscribe button. If you feel like you want to go, you can share this video. Hit that thumbs up because that definitely helps me out in the algorithm. It The more likes a video gets, the more it gets bumped up in the algorithm. So likes are very, very important, and I always forget to ask for likes. Like I started kind of training myself during videos to ask for more likes and stuff. But for a long time, you can watch a lot of my older videos. I never ask for people to subscribe. I never ask for likes or anything like that. So I've been trying to train myself to do that, to remind people. Because I was talking to my son the other day, and he was like, "Man, Dad, I watch a lot of videos, and I don't like any of their videos, and I don't subscribe or any of that unless they ask." And then when they say to, then I do. I'm like, "How many people are you subscribed to?" He's like, "A lot." And I was like, "Why are you subscribed to so many?" Because they asked me to. so, so maybe I started getting a lot more likes and stuff when I started doing it. So maybe that's a thing with kids of this generation or something. But if you're on, get in the live chat. If not, don't worry about it. But this video is just because I want to know what you guys are doing. If you guys are 3D printing or anything like that. Let me know what you guys are 3D printing while you're under this quarantine. Let me know what you guys are doing. If you guys are under quarantine, if you guys are still working, if you're still employed and still going to work every day, or if you're banished to home, if you're practicing safe distancing, I guess is what it's called. Walmart has this weird sticker on the floor. I seen it today where they have this 6 foot sticker, and it doesn't make any sense because it doesn't really matter how far apart you are. Like this whole uh, thing of making sure you're spaced from people by a certain distance is ridiculous because as long as if somebody had COVID within that space of area then became 6 feet away from you and then you came up into you would still get it. So it doesn't make any sense to me, this whole distancing thing. And our local gas station also has they were having this whole dance recital thing going on where they had a tape on one side of the counter and then a tape on the other side of the counter. And so you would walk up to the tape and sit behind the tape, and they would ring you up, and then they would step back, and you would come forward and pay, and then you would step back. And it's like if you had COVID or if I had COVID, if when I breathed at the counter and stepped back, I still breathed out that virus there, and you're stepping into it. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't stop anything. So I've been doing a lot of, when you're home a lot and your kids are home and all that different stuff. I've been doing a lot of kind of research and watching all this stuff. And one point of me wants to say it's not. It's well, I live in Arkansas City, Kansas, so there's nobody here that has it. But I was seeing the map, and we've got one person to the county, um, to the west of us, 16 people in the county to the north of us, and then one person to the county east of us or something like that. All of which came back on cruise ships or something like that. All of which are under CDC watch and all that, and nobody in our city has it. Where I'm from, so I'm one of those people that, since it's not around here or anything, I don't practice over caution. I was talking to somebody about that the other day because he was wearing a mask and gloves, and it was one of those loose masks that are made for drywall. And I was trying to tell him, I was like, that's not going to do anything. You might, and it looked so uncomfortable. He was dressed up really nice, and he had this mask on, and the whole time I was sitting there going, I go, man, just take that off, dude. Be comfortable, take it off because it's not doing anything. And he's like, he goes, would you do something if it just made you feel safe? And I was like, no, because it's pointless. Like this false sense of security is just kind of ridiculous to do. If it's not going to work, it's not going to work. There's no use to have a false sense of security. And he replied with he goes, do you wear a seatbelt? And I said, yeah, I wear a seatbelt. And he goes, well, why do you wear a seatbelt? And I said, because I have to wear a seatbelt. Like, you get ticketed if you don't wear a seatbelt. Like, I'd rather not get a ticket. I don't want to pay a whole bunch of money every single time I get a ticket just for not wearing a seatbelt. That's why I wear a seatbelt. Yeah, a seatbelt is 50-50. The statistics for seatbelts, I don't know why they force people to wear them, because it literally is 50-50 on if it'll save your life or not. I know people who are alive to this day because they weren't wearing a seatbelt. They flipped their car and they were tossed out of it, and their car became like a crumpled up soda can or something. And if they would have stayed inside of it, their seat would have been in their lap and all sorts of stuff. And they're only alive and walking around today. In fact, I know more people who are alive today because they weren't wearing a seatbelt than I do of people who are alive today because of a seatbelt. So I wouldn't wear one. I never had to wear one when I was a kid. I was never forced to wear one. I didn't get used to wearing one. In fact, when they made it a law that everybody had to wear one, it took me a long time. In fact, I got 2 tickets before I finally was just like, this is ridiculous. I've got to force myself to wear this seatbelt. And he was like, oh, well. I was like, yeah, it's not a law yet that you have to wear some sort of a mask on your face. So I'm not gonna do a false sense of security and make myself uncomfortable just because I need that false sense of security. So, anyways, enough with all that story time and storytelling. I want to know what you guys are printing. Leave it in the comments, and if you guys can, leave me a link in the description, because I'm hoping to get these printers back up and running here soon. This is like the only thing on my mind right now, is getting these printers back up and going. Because I have several people in my family who said, and several people from YouTube and Instagram who said, you need to start 3D printing some masks. And we all can do our part. In fact, people that have 3D printers, you guys can do your part and print masks and offer them to people. And so what I'm wanting to know via this video, more so, is what you guys are printing. I've got right here, you guys can see, this is Thingiverse. This is the masks that are available on Thingiverse, and I've got a few of them saved in the tabs in the top that I'm going to open up and show you guys. But one of the biggest things that I want to know is, you guys can see these masks, like this one right here. What are you using? If you are printing masks, what mask are you printing? Leave a link in the description. And also, what are you using for a filter for those masks? Because you obviously can't just slap this on a 3D printed mask that has no type of filter in it, because then, again, that's just a false sense of security. It's not going to do anything. It needs to be tight around your face, and it needs to have a what is it called, a microfiber mesh or something, type of filter on the inside. Something that's going to be microbial enough that it stops viral stuff. Like, for example, the guy was wearing a drywall mask, and what drywall masks do is they stop the dust particles from drywall. They're decent filters, and I wear them all the time for like spray painting and stuff like that. Which spray painting molecules and dust molecules are probably around the same size, but they're actually, when it comes to molecules, they're actually fairly big. But when it comes to a virus or anything like that, a living microscopic virus is and not only that, but dust particles aren't living, so they're floating in the air, and they are drawn in by the air. Their only movement is your breathing sucking it in and stuff, and so it sucks it into the mesh filter and stops it. Uh, a virus is living, and so I'm sure, and I don't know enough about viruses, so correct me if I'm wrong. You guys can leave a comment or something like that. Correct me if I'm wrong. But a virus is living. So from my understanding, is it's not just moving because of the air that you draw in, but it can also move itself through fibers and stuff and get into your lungs. I don't know how correct I am on that, but from my understanding, from what I've seen and what I've been told, viruses are so much smaller and they're so much more reactive because they're a living organism rather than a non-living dust particle or something like that. So I apologize. I have something in my throat. It's not COVID, but it's just like this little thing right here at the bottom of my throat. It's weird. I've been trying to sing all day, and it's just like scruffiness. Anyways, so we're gonna go and look. Let's just look at this first mask here. So this is what kind of piqued my interest. This has a wide open hole on this side, a wide open hole on that side, and then it's got that little thing in the front. Now this is pretty cool. This looks like a dentist mask, like something that they would put on you in the dentist to give you or nitrous oxide. It looks like one of those, and it looks like they kind of took that design and used it for this. And I really like the design. It looks like it really cups where your face is, and it'd probably be a really awesome mask for children. And that's one of my biggest concerns, is getting a mask for my children that's going to be cool, a decent color, it's going to look good, let them paint it or something. That's what I'm thinking about doing, is print a couple of these for my kids, and then just letting them kind of design it themselves and do whatever they want to it. So on this matter, I think what I would end up doing, and I don't know if this comes with it. We'll look through all these. Yeah, it looks like there's a little filter holder thing there. Let's see what these things are. Oh, there's pictures. Why am I going into the 3D view when there's pictures? So let's just look at these. So yeah, it looks like there's a little mesh filter right in there. But that looks wide open. And then we've got this little honeycomb thing here. Believe me, something this gigantic, this honeycomb design isn't going to stop anything. Oh, I don't know what. I was looking over at my thing. Is it paused right now? Let me see. Let me see if my internet's being stupid. Because I don't know. Is it going slow? Yeah, I think it's going a little slow, so I apologize if there's any skipping around. Because it seems like... Oh no, I'm going to close this. I'm going to open this. I usually have an extra window open that's playing it. That way I can just see what's going on. But I didn't want to have too much stuff going on at once. So, but I probably better do that. And I'm going to push pause on my show real quick. That way I'm not eating up any unwanted internet, because both my kids are probably still awake. They're probably both watching videos and doing stuff. I hope they're not like playing games, like video games, because that'd be ridiculous. Alright. So we're just looking through these here. It looks cool. It looks small. I want to see what it looks like on somebody's face. Because it literally looks like one of those dentist masks. to match the shape of your face. Huh. I might have to email them, see what that's all about. But I think it's awesome that people have offered these free on Thingiverse for people. Hold on, let me check and see. Don't worry about it. I was checking to see if my son was playing video games. This is one that I really liked here, because this looks really cool. I think this one looks really legit. Yeah, I'm live, so I just wanted to make sure that you weren't playing like Fortnite or something and eating up a whole bunch of... Okay, cool. You want to say hi? Let's say hi to everybody.
Hi.
Well, you'll have to get within frames, so here, get on this side of me. Well, it'll show you in a bit. It's a little behind.
Okay.
So, you can just say hi and go.
Hi guys. Go subscribe to Betting Games 959.
I knew you'd plug your YouTube. I knew he'd plug it. Alright, anyways, this one is probably my favorite one. But I want to know what type of mesh you put inside of it. And this looks like it's just one print. It looks like it just folds. Looks super easy. One vent. 2 spots for your whatever you're strapping it onto your head with. I like this one. This design is just really good. And it's got... You can put some type of microbial mesh here. Put this in, and then another one on this side. And that looks like it just screws in. I think that's the one that I'm going to save. That's the one that I think I want to print. I'm just hoping it's good for my print bed, because it is flat like this. I'm going to have to see how big it is, what it can print on. Was this all in Spanish? The summary? Oh, there we go. Man, they have this all out for you. This is awesome. This is what I like about this. One thing about the 3D printing community that I absolutely love the most is everybody in the 3D printing community wants to help you. They do. Everybody does. Every single person in the 3D printing community wants to help you. Yeah, you can get on Facebook. There's different Facebook communities. I don't have any on Instagram, but people get on and message me all the time on Instagram. So I'm sure there's other groups and stuff out there on Instagram that you can get on and talk to people. I wonder if there's like a Snapchat thing. Isn't that the one that all the kids are using nowadays? Snapchat is like their social media or something now. I think that's what it is. But anyways, you can get a hold of 3D people that are 3D printing and people that are in the hobby, and they want to help you. It's amazing. And any little trouble that you have, I'm in 2 Facebook groups, and I see posts all the time of people having trouble with this and having trouble with that. And I check it as soon as it's posted, and it seems like there's like 20 comments on it immediately when they post. And I'll go back and check it towards the end of the day to make sure that they got everything figured out. And there's like 100 and some posts on there. It's awesome. It's awesome. And people figure it out. People help you troubleshoot. And I knew when COVID-19 was happening, I knew the Wuhan virus, that people in the 3D community were going to get together, and nobody was going to be greedy. And it doesn't look like they are. Nobody's being greedy. These masks are offered absolutely free on Thingiverse for people to print. It's awesome, and we could all get together and print these. You could do it in TPU. I guess this one you could do. You could do this in PLA or any type of hard plastic or anything. I'm pretty sure. But I'm sure that 3D printers in their own communities are not just printing off masks for themselves. Like I'll be printing masks for me and my kids and my wife, and I'll probably offer them to other people in my family. Just because that's just how the 3D printing community is, and it's amazing. And you want to do your part, you do, and not only that, but that's just kind of people in America like to say it's the American spirit because we really saw after 9/11 how, and I saw it like crazy. I remember after 9/11 there were American flags everywhere, everywhere. It was crazy how much unity, how unifying that whole event was, and how proud everybody was of America. But everybody bound together and really helped each other out through the whole ordeal. And when we had hurricanes, big hurricanes, and things like that come sweeping through, we've had just groups of regular, ordinary American citizens get together and help everybody. And it's always just, that's when you're in America, that's kind of all you think about and watch. But this is really a global pandemic, and it's really shown on a global scale how much people across the world are willing to just bind together and do good and do great things for each other. It's also showing people's bad sides. There's people who are, people in government who are using this as a political step ladder or something like that, trying to gain political points from it. There's people that are trying to gain money from it, this and that. But for the most part, I think the world over, people are being a lot better. I think generally people in the world are good. All people in the world are good. No matter who you vote for, what you believe in, things like that, people are generally good. And I think this is the best time to be alive. Because you can go on social media. You can watch the news all day, and just it's depressing. It's ridiculous. But that's clickbait. YouTube started that. People started making YouTube channels and trying to get people to watch their videos and stuff, and started making clickbaits and started titling things certain ways, and people would click on it because it seems interesting, it seems exciting, and then that trickled over in the news, who started losing people, viewers, started adopting the same tactics as YouTube, and started clickbaiting. And now the news doesn't, none of it's the truth, whether you're one side or the other. None of it's the truth. All of it's clickbait on whatever side you believe in. And so if you like watch one news channel or one side, and just, oh my god, and you just get all your news from, that's, you're only getting half truths on any of it really, because it's all clickbait. So you can watch that all day and get depressed and think the world's this or the world's that, and people are generally this and people are generally that, but they're not. They're not. People are generally good, generally great people. There's a lot of good people in the world. A lot of people that just want to help each other, make the world a better place. This I wanted to show you guys because I thought it was hilarious. Hilarious. This guy's got it going on right here. This is the funniest thing I think I've ever seen. it just, this is, it takes the whole mask thing along with what you can do with these toilet paper rolls. So if you already have a 3M mask, you can print this off, and you got. It's not gonna be a real. It's novelty. It's funny. I would love to get this. I'm gonna try to find one of these 3M masks because you can't really buy them right now. They're super expensive and back ordered. So I've tried to order one. I think I tried to order a couple of them the other day off Amazon, and couldn't get them. So I'd like to find a print of just the mask itself, and then print these pieces. And I'd love, 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 love to just wear this to Walmart. And then when people walk by, just take pieces of the roll off and be like, "Hey, you need to wipe your ass." Hey, you need to wipe your ass. I told my wife what I wanted to do is go to Walmart because in the mornings they have toilet paper, but in the afternoons they don't. It's all gone. In fact, I needed some I mean, people are getting desperate enough that they're getting tissue paper, not tissue paper. Well, probably tissue paper, but they're getting um, tablecloths. Tablecloths. What is the word that I'm thinking of? That I'm trying to think of? Paper towels. The paper towels are all gone too, and I need paper towels because I've been learning how to tattoo and stuff. So paper towels are a huge must, and so I've been needing paper towels for a while. Plus, taking care of my tattoos. I got the new. Uh, it's I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's the Rebel Alliance that I tattooed on me, and I'm still taking care of a few tattoos that are healing. And so my routine, whenever I for my tattoos, is in the morning I put, which I'll let everybody know this now because I do know, but you don't want to put, um, you don't want to put anything with Vaseline in it on your healing tattoo. What petroleum does, which is in Vaseline, what petroleum does is it takes the color out, sucks the color out of your tattoo. And things like, what is the one that I'm trying to think? No? Oh, what is it called? It's a cream, and I have some. That's what I put it on for a little bit. Anyways, I put this cream on it. I'll think of it. It's oh, I don't know why I can't think of the name of it, and it's not up here on my desk. So I'm trying to look around for it to see if I can get a cheat, but I can't find it. Anyways, I put that on, which you're not supposed to put it on and leave it on. I just use it to clean it, and it's a like a pain relief. It's got a pain reliever in it, and so I put that on early in the morning, just kind of rub it in, let it set for like a second, and then I rub it off. I usually use this Bactine stuff here, which has 4% lidocaine in it, and this is one of those things that I like to put on after tattooing and kind of in between tattooing, because what this does is when your tattoo starts to get when it starts to raise and get all mean looking and angry, when your skin gets angry at you because you're poking it with 1,000 needles, this calms it down. It takes the inflammation and stuff out of it, and the lidocaine really helps with the sensitivity. And for me, when I'm tattooing and using lidocaine to help wipe the ink and stuff away, to do the wipeaways and stuff, it actually numbs the area, and it helps the tattooing. I love it. My buddy didn't like it. He said that it stung, even though it says on the bottle no sting down at the bottom. But I guess that's when you're just spraying it on. That probably doesn't count for when you spray it on, and then you got Bactine on there, and then you plunge a needle into your skin. It's probably a different type of sting. But anyways, I put the Bactine on there to just kind of, anything that's inflamed or anything, it just kind of calms it down. Put some lidocaine in it. And then I take this Tattoo Goo soap here, clean all of it out because I want to make sure that I get all of that petroleum. It's not petroleum jelly that I put in it. It's got petroleum in it. Make sure I clean all of that out, and any of the extra residue and dirt and stuff that might be in there, or any of the ink that's coming out or anything like that, kind of gets all the rest of it out. And you can see that there's like some red on the top of that because of having, it on my hands and open and closing it. And then this being red, and I got the red rose on my ankle. So I clean it all the way out with that. And this is all my first one. This is in the morning because when you sleep for like 8 hours. It gets dry and stuff, and you haven't put on anything on it in 8 hours. So then I put Tattoo Goo on it, just regular Tattoo Goo, and I let that Tattoo Goo go on there. And then like midday, noonish one, put Tattoo Goo on it. Apply Tattoo Goo on it one again. You don't want to put a whole bunch, just a tiny little bit, just a tiny bit. If it's soaked, if you can take your finger and go across it and get some of it on your finger, you've got way too much. And then before bed, I just clean it out with the soap, and then put the Tattoo Goo on it and go to bed. But that whole cleaning process in the morning is what I do every single. And I don't know why I got into that whole conversation. I was talking about something. Oh yeah. I needed paper towels. And I do all that with paper towels. So I get like a square of paper towels and I wipe all that up with paper towels and stuff. And you don't want to go over it with the same paper towel. You want a clean surface every single time that you do it because a tattoo is technically actually considered a surgery. So a body modification, like a surgery or something. So every time that you're applying anything onto your open wound, you want a clean surface. So I go through paper towels like crazy. And I haven't been able to get paper towels in a while. And I just ran out of my last paper towel the other day. And I went in today, this evening. It was like only 4 something. And no paper, nothing. There was 3 packages of paper towels in there. So some people might be buying paper towels for their butts, which, well, I guess Bounty would be nice, but it won't flush. It'd be soft. It's super pliable. What is it, like 9-ply or something? It's soft. I mean, you could roll up a ball of it and sleep on it because it's that Bounty's, and I love tattooing with that because it feels so good on your skin. So I just highly doubt that it'll flush. So anyways, I'm just bored, guys. It's like 1 o'clock in the morning. I didn't expect anybody to be on because it's so late. And I'm just kind of making a video just to make it. But I think that's funny. Oh yeah, what I was gonna do is in the mornings. So they only had like 3 rolls of paper towels that were there today when we went in. I got a couple rolls, but I said I'm gonna go in the morning one day when they've got all the toilet paper in there because they stock up every morning and then they're gone in the evening. I don't know why people are so worried about paper towels. Just get up or toilet paper. Just get up early enough in the morning. Walmart only allows 1 package per customer, so there's that many people coming in to get toilet paper, or is it 2 or something? I don't remember, but you can come in the morning and get them. It's just ridiculous. But anyways, I thought about going in there and getting a whole bunch of toilet paper and hiding it throughout the store. That way, when people come in through the day and they're doing their shopping and stuff, you be looking at pants and you're like, oh my God, I've been trying to get toilet paper for weeks and I found a roll here. Just put them in strategic places all through Walmart, just randomly, just because that's my nature. That's what I like to do, is confusing crap like that. But I'd love to have this mask. I just want to 3D print these so bad. So bad. I think that my Creality might be up to par enough to where, well, no, it's just not. But I could probably print a couple masks with my Anycubic while I'm home. Like I said in my last video, I don't want to leave it running because the wires get so hot. But they should be able to take the temperature. They really should. And it should be fine. I just don't trust it. You know what I mean? But I might just go ahead and hook it up just to print a couple masks, just to do a couple of these things, and I'd love to do this. And if I do it, I'll video it. I don't know how long this thing's gonna last. I really hope it doesn't last until, mid-April or something like that. I really don't. This whole thing's affecting me being able to get a new job. And there was a lot of jobs available, a lot. In fact, I almost got a job right before all this stuff happened and had a few interviews set up and things like that. And this all happened and all those job opportunities went away because everybody kind of stopped. The economy just stopped. And so I'm just kind of sitting here and there's nothing available. There's nothing around. Nobody's hiring. There's 1 or 2 people here and everybody's kind of fighting over, the less jobs that are available, the more people are going to be interviewing for that job. The harder it is to get it. And when it comes to what I want to do, it's hard enough in my area just to get a job based on what I want to do. So I'm going to have to go outside of my realm and probably just get a regular job, a regular Joe job. It's going to work me to death, one of those jobs, which will be kind of depressing. But, while I have a job, I can look for a different one in that time period. Who knows? Got to do what you got to do when you have a family. So, anyways, let me know what you guys think if you guys have watched this video, which you guys will be watching it later if you do. So, if you get on later and you watch this video and you actually watch it all the way through, um, leave a comment. Let me know what you guys are printing during this time of crisis and quarantine. Um, leave a link in the comment to what you're printing if there is a link to it, because I want to look through more of these face masks and see kind of what's available out there. I've been going through Thingiverse. I haven't been on my mini factory yet, but if you guys are finding some really cool masks or something, leave me a link. If you guys do print a mask, make a video, put it on your YouTube, and leave a link to that in my comments, because I'd love to go see it. In fact, I thought about taking one of these masks, one of them, maybe something that's small and intricate like this, and putting it into a stormtrooper helmet, and actually taking my stormtrooper, because the whole we dropped it the other day and the front part cracked, so I have to fix that part and I have to repaint it and stuff anyways. But I'm thinking about taking that front part off and actually turning that into a real mask, so whenever you put the helmet on, you actually have the mask on. You can walk into Walmart with, or wherever you're going, with an actual stormtrooper mask with a ventilation system that actually works. Wouldn't that be cool? Something like that, something stylish, but something that you could put into a what is this?
Seems like the concept of a dripped mask.
Right, a lot of these do. That one mask that he wears when he's spray painting or something, they're just spray paint masks. That's all they are. That's what he wears. I mean, the best masks for COVID-19 are basic 3M spray painting masks.
I use mine as now T100, baby.
But the reason why isn't because they have filters that are set up for spray paint, but those masks are basically a catch-all everything masks. So they're not, I mean, a lot of people use them for spray painting, street spray painters or people that just paint and stuff like that, but you can use them for anything. So they're set up for anything. Oh, this says a filter right here. This must say what type of filter you're supposed to use. 4 by 4 by 1 centimeter something. Not right now. Here in just a second. I'll be off here in just a second, Brady. Microwave? Yeah, you can use a microwave. He's got to ask me to use a microwave because wait, is the heater off?
No.
Is it on?
No, it's not.
Okay. Everything's running off one breaker in like 3 rooms, and so if you run too many things at once, it'll blow the breaker. It's ridiculous. It's an old house. I think this would be a good mask to do. Fits around the face. I mean, even if you printed, like, you could print a TPU one, a small TPU one, that way it would just fit snug against your face. And that's the problem with a lot of masks, is they have a lot of areas where air can get in, so you want it tight. But what you could also do is get, and I've got some of this, that hobby foam, that's that real thick foam, but it's comfortable, and you can actually make it out of PLA, hard plastic, and make it bigger, and just put that foam all around it, and that would work perfectly too, or something like that. But anyways, yeah, leave a comment with the link in to whatever you're printing. If you make a video or something, leave a link to that. If you have posted on Instagram, send me a message on Instagram. Let me see what your masks look like, what you're using, what filter you're using. Any suggestions on any of this stuff? I'd like to make a couple of them, just in case. My area, right now, I don't need any false senses of security or anything like that. So we're not wearing any masks or anything. We just don't need it. It's not necessary right now, but we are prepared enough. I called this out a long time ago when this first happened. I made a video jokingly about it, and that's kind of why I'm wearing this jersey, because I made a video about when this jersey came in, and I sprayed it with Lysol and stuff because it came in from China, and mentioned that it would come in and people in post offices and stuff would probably end up getting it first because they were the first line of defense. And it was more of a joke video, but it was kind of a serious video at the same time. Just kind of a forewarning on the whole thing, but just kind of trying to take a lighthearted approach to it. And now there are cities in America, in California and in New York that are just they're hit hard, hard with it. So I think my lucky star is that it's not here per se. It's in Kansas, but it's not here. So I'm grateful for that. But it could be here at any time, and they say the death toll is still going to rise. But the good thing about it is there is a silver lining in everything. Number one, I'm pretty healthy, and they say a lot of guys that are healthy with my immune system and things like that in my age. Bad thing is that I smoke, so probably would hit me harder. But a lot of people around my age with my immune system and stuff don't really show any symptoms of it and just carry it. So I probably wouldn't know if I had it. My kids' age, are really carriers for the most part. Um, get it, show very little symptoms. Uh, just more worried about older people, and we don't have any babies or anything. So it's not the biggest in it since it's not around here. It hasn't become like the biggest thing. In fact, it's just kind of a deterrent and an annoyance at the moment. But I can see why people are taking it so serious some places. And if I can make a couple of these, and if I don't need them, but somebody else needs them somewhere else and got on uh, YouTube and just left a comment saying, "Man, you're lucky that you have a 3D printer. I wish that I could have had a 3D printer so I could print some of those off." You know, if I can get my printer up and working and stuff, I'd be more than willing to print people masks. I mean, you just have to pay for shipping and probably the plastic. But other than that, you know, or we could get like a few people to chip in on like a roll of plastic or something like that, or something. But there's no way that like if 1,000 people got on and said, all 2,500 people got on and said, "I need a mask, print it for it." There's no way I'm paying shipping for all that. I can't. I just can't afford it. So I apologize. I'm not rich. I don't make that much money. Not on YouTube. But we can work something out. I'm pretty sure. Let me get my printers up and running. I think tomorrow I'm going to spend all day. I'm going to spend all day really trying to tweak them enough to where I can get masks printed. And if I can get some masks printed, then we can probably work something out on that. But anyways, like I said, leave a comment. Let me know the masks that you're printing if you're printing some. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. Turn the bell on so you're notified whenever I put new videos out and such. And I'll see you guys later. You guys have a good one. Bye.